Hey cosplayers, welcome to the Cosplay Apprentice, where we empower you to forge your favorite fandom in reality. For the last 3 years, I've been teaching cosplay techniques online and at live events, helping people to make their dreams a reality, using easy-to-follow tutorials and simple DIY templates. I'm Skylar Osler, and in today's apprenticeship, I'll be teaching you how to make Black Panther's helmet using EVA foam and binder dividers. Stay tuned. So, you want to know how to make Black Panther's helmet for your next cosplay, but you're unsure where to begin, or if you have the skills to be able to do it yourself. Maybe you've thought about buying it, but everything you've seen is just too expensive, or it doesn't really have that spot-on look you were hoping for. Well, if this is you, you're in the right place. Let's jump in, and I'll show you how using a template or pattern, you can forge your fandom in 5 easy steps without having to be a professional artist or breaking the bank. Ready, set, forge.
Step 1. Find your framework. Begin by finding a great template from someone that you trust and have seen the final product to make sure it produces the end result you're going for. For this tutorial, I'll be using a template that I created, and I'll have it available on my website, but there are a lot of great template makers out there. Templates are awesome because it saves you tons of time in trying to get all the proportions and complicated artistic design elements figured out, but still gives you that sense of accomplishment because you are the one who made it. And the end product is generally guaranteed to look great. Step 2, organize. Alright, so with your framework selected, now it's time to jump into the build and start organizing. Generally, templates like this one will print to scale on 8.5 by 11 pages, making it super easy to print at home. If any items run between 2 pages, you may need to tape a couple pieces of the template pages together. But once you have that done, you are ready to cut the pieces out, making sure to cut out any registration marks on it as well. This is where the real organizing begins. Good templates should be clearly labeled with some sort of sequential system that tells you the order of use. With this one, the pieces are alphabetical, so I'm laying them all out in order of use on the table. Trace all the pieces onto your material. In this case, I'm using foam. Make sure to transfer the same numbers, letters, and registration marks that are on the template pieces over to your trace pieces as well. Some pieces may need to be traced more than once, and some symmetrical duplicates will require flipping the template over to trace it on the other side. After you finish tracing, you will cut out all the pieces and once again, organize them according to your template. Some templates like mine will tell you whether a given edge should be cut straight or at beveled angles. On my template, this is denoted by color. Make sure that you're cutting everything at the right angle so you don't run into any problems later. Step 3, revisit. Now that you are super organized, we need to review the template instructions and revisit any of the details to individual pieces that may need to be made before assembly. In this instance, we need to make sure to transfer all the detail marks onto the foam. I did that by cutting along all of the detail lines on the template pieces with an X-Acto knife, and then placing the template onto the foam, and then running a pen along those detail lines in order to transfer them onto the foam. At this stage, you can also take advantage of the fact that all the pieces are still flat, and actually score or burn in the details now. Make sure to remember that the thickness of the lines on the template give you an idea as to how thick you should make the details. Use a sharp razor blade and heat for the thin details, and the deeper you score the foam, the thicker the line will be after heating. And for the really thick detail lines, you can use a wood burner tool and burn the lines in. I also recommend you do your undercuts now as well, while it's flat. The undercuts are labeled on my template using dashed lines and tells you what angles to cut each side as well. You can wait to do all that after you've assembled it, but it may be a little bit more difficult to do. Step 4, glue and assemble. Alrighty peeps, it's time to get our glue on. Depending on what type of glue you're using, make sure to wear the proper recommended safety gear for that product. We'll be putting these together using contact cement. Go through in the order the template has set up and assemble the pieces together. Glue together the darts, then piece B and attach piece C. The registration marks are critical to follow in this instance to make sure the right shape is being formed. Assemble the left half and the right half separately. Next, connect the A piece to the left half of the B and C combination, followed by the right half BC combo, and connect the left and the right half together. Starting on the left side of the helmet, attach the M jaw piece to the front face piece, B. Then connect earpiece P to the A piece where it says to connect to ear. Then stick together the other half of the ear, piece Q, to piece P, making sure to wrap the edge piece around. Attach the T piece to Q and M with an offset indentation and the connecting portions of Q that attach to the M piece on the jaw. Repeat that process on the right half of the helmet. Next, we will assemble the back half of the helmet. Glue together the darts of both eyepieces and then attach the two eyepieces together. Who knew that Black Panther had eyes in the back of his head? Get it? Eyes, because it's eyepieces on the back of the... So... Anyway, that should complete the base assembly of the helmet. Only one step left. Step 5, embellish. You got it, last step. Embellish. In this step, we will add any details and secondary level accents that need to be added, as well as give it a sweet paint job. For making Black Panther's helmet, we're going to start by adding on all the additional detail pieces from the template, and end with adding some lights to make this puppy glow. Well, it's Black Panther, so it's probably more like, make this kitty glow? I guess? Anyway, start in the back of the helmet by attaching pieces K, L, and J into their respective places on the eyepiece as shown by the gray outlines on the template. Next, do the same with N and O pieces onto the M jaw piece. Then on the face area, attach H along the edge that runs along the seam line of B, along the cheek. G will attach on the chin. The F piece you'll want to heat up and add some curve to it before placing it under the nose. Lastly, the D piece. Do the same as on F in that you should add some curve into it, and place it above the eye and slightly along the cheek. Trace the outline of R and S for both the left and right sides onto 6mm foam and cut it out with about a 1/2 inch buffer all around. Line it up with the registration marks and glue them in place under the main foam layer. This should give us some wiggle room to get the lights and stuff in. You are doing awesome! And the Black Panther mask is really starting to come together. Now you can stop here and just add the detailed R and S pieces and be done. Or you can keep going and follow along to add some lights and make it glow. I am using battery-powered LED lights, some blue and red tinted plastic binder dividers, and some craft foam to get the effect I'm going for. We'll be lighting up piece R and S. Dig a channel along the center of each that you can run the LED along, and we'll later glue it in on the inside of the helmet. String the LED through so it passes through all the pieces. Cut all R and S outlines out of inexpensive red and blue binder dividers. Also, trace and cut R and S out of the craft foam, cutting out all of the black detail pieces. You will end up gluing the R and S craft foam pieces to the matching color plastic pieces after the craft foam has been painted. Then you will end up hot gluing it into place after the mask and the R and S pieces have been painted. Test the lights all throughout the process as you solder pieces together and dry fit them in the helmet. Remove LEDs for now and place them in after painting. It's looking super legit! Alright, last thing is to attach the back half of the helmet to the front. We're going to do that with magnets along the edges. That way, the back can hinge open to get your head in and out. With that, you have yourself a super legit looking Black Panther helmet. You can add weathering if you like, but because this suit is made out of vibranium, I don't think it'll have much damage on it. Now give this thing a sweet paint job using Plastidip to coat the foam, matte black on most of the helmet except for the pieces R and S, which will be coated with a gloss black. Paint the silver accents with a silver paint pen, and this helmet will be ready for you to rock one of the coolest cosplays ever. Et voilà, c'est fini!
So you wanted to know how to make Black Panther's helmet? And in 5 simple steps, I showed you how using a pattern or template, you can quickly, easily, and inexpensively forge your favorite fandom in reality. If you like this video and you're a fan of Black Panther, you'll love the cosplay guide I made for you. It's got a character breakdown, origin story, weapons details, poses, everything you need to put the play in your cosplay. You can download it for free in the description below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and cosplay on, my friends. See you.
Fandom Forged.
Your turn.
him.
Yeah.
It looks funny.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
My turn? Okay. Black Panther.